Is this mini commuter e-bike one of the better options out there? Big shout out goes out to Tamobyke for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their mini electric bikes. This is the T16 model. In this video, I'm going to go over everything there is to know about the T16, but first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the Tamobyke T16 mini commuter electric bike. It features a 1000-watt peak hub motor in the rear with 80 Newton meters of torque, coupled with a 48 volts 15.6 amp hour removable battery. Tamobyke claims that this should give you a range of up to 50 miles depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have 16-inch by 4-inch anti-puncture tires, coupled with hydraulic brakes front and rear with 160mm rotors. This bike also has a front suspension fork as well as a rear monoshock for a smooth, comfortable ride, a Shimano 7-speed with a Shimano derailleur, and a fairly large and comfortable seat that is 31.5 inches from the ground. In the front of the bike, we have a motorcycle style headlight and halo design, and in the rear we have a tail light, an active brake light, as well as turn signals. The total weight of this bike is 75 pounds with the max load capacity of 330 pounds, and it is IPX5 rated. And up on the handlebars we have our rear brake, our half twist throttle, and our Shimano gear switcher. In the center we have our display, and over on the left side we have our front brake, our on, off, and mode selection buttons, the headlight switch, turn signals, and a horn. And that's pretty much it for the specs. Now, as far as the price, this current model goes for, as of making this video, $809, which is pretty cheap, but I will have a discount code that'll be in the description down below along with a link if you're interested in this bike. But let's get this review going and jump straight into our speed test. Now, very quickly, before I do the speed test, I just want to show you the starting procedure. This battery does have an on-off switch, and that has to be switched on in order for the bike to turn on. And once you're on the bike, we have a power button over here. You hit that for a couple of seconds and the bike will turn on. Now, this bike has 5 pedal assist modes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I apologize if you can't see the screen. It is kind of bright out today, but for our speed test I'm going to be testing mode 5. So I got my GPS app in my pocket ready to go, and let's see how fast this thing can go in pedal assist mode 5. Okay, so torque right off the line, this thing's got surprising amounts of torque for the size of the bike. That's pretty good, and it reaches the top speed fairly quick. Bike is showing 31.9, now 32.6. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen on their website that in one area it says that it's a 30-mile-an-hour bike, and another it says 28. I'll be completely honest with you, if I can get anywhere above 25 for our speed test, I'd consider it a success. It's also extremely windy out today, and hopefully that won't have an effect on our top speed. I'm just gonna keep on going till the end of this street right here to give my GPS app enough time to catch up. Okay, and register the speed, and hopefully that was enough. Let's check our results. So my GPS app clocked us at 24.6 miles an hour. So 24.6 miles an hour with my weight on it, 160 pounds. Now, if you're a lighter rider, you might be able to get a faster top speed, but that's what I was able to get. So it's kind of what I expected, and that was our speed test. As far as the riding experience goes, I've actually reviewed a number of these e-bikes that are very similar. They're kind of on the mini electric bike market where they use a 16 by 4-inch tires, and they all feel very nice. And because they have those small tires, the bike itself feels extremely nimble and very agile. It's also lighter than normal, and the bike feels so light that you can just kind of throw it around and have a lot of fun with it. So that I do like. As far as the brakes, we have hydraulic brakes, which is very nice to see. 160mm rotors. I'm working my way up to about 20 miles an hour, hitting the brake in 3, 2, go. Oh wow. Okay, Alright, so according to that skid mark, we're looking at about a car's length, so maybe about 20 feet of stopping distance from about 20 miles an hour. Now these brakes are brand new and they will get better with time as they bed in, and you should expect better results. But I'm extremely happy to see hydraulic brakes like this on a bike like this. Makes me feel very confident and definitely adds to the riding experience. So this is what our suspension looks and feels like. It's a very generic front fork. I've seen it before. As far as the rear shock, it's actually nicer than what you typically get on a bike like this. The fork is generic, not the greatest performance here, but let's see how it does over a bump while sitting down. Okay, so a little bit harsh, between medium and harsh I'd call it, but definitely better than not having anything. Let's see how it does over another one. Yeah, I think we got some air on that one. That felt a lot better standing up, I'll tell you that much. Now let's see if this bike likes a curb hop. Oh yeah, actually did way better than I expected, to be honest with you. The fork, even though it's generic and kind of like just, you know, regular, I've seen it plenty of times before, it seems to work well with the size of this bike. So not the greatest in the world, okay, don't expect crazy off-road performance here, but as far as, you know, regular road riding and things like that, the suspension is decent. So I'm 5'8", 160 pounds. This is what I look like on this bike, and even though the bike is on the smaller side of things, the sitting position is extremely comfortable for me. The handlebars do have a rise to them where I can sit upright and don't have to be hunched over. Now as far as pedaling goes, that is also pretty comfortable. I have plenty of room, and I also have plenty of room on the seat. I do want to show you that real quick. So this is our seat over here, and as far as comfort level, I'll call this medium stiffness. It's definitely wider in the back and it kind of tapers in, but extremely long, very comfortable. Now I think this bike does have an option, I don't have it on mine, but you could install passenger foot pegs here, and potentially 2 teenagers or maybe 2 thin adults can fit on this bike. The seat is about 31.5 inches from the floor, so pretty standard kind of size over here. Overall, pretty good. Like I mentioned in our speed test, we do have 5 different speed modes, so you can choose to take it easy and conserve battery or go all out. And I just want to show you the throttle curve. I'm gonna lose all my speed here, and even though I'm on pedal assist mode 5, the fastest mode, I can literally barely twist the throttle. It's gonna register my input and literally make this thing crawl. And then when you're ready to go, you give it full power, and this thing, even though it doesn't have a crazy top speed, it actually reaches the top speed fairly quick, so I like that. Now as far as the pedal assist go, let's test that real quick. I'm starting with my left foot forward, 1, 2, okay, 2 revolutions on the pedals, and the pedal assist kicks in and actually starts going pretty quickly. Another thing I want to show you is this bike does have cruise control, so if we hold down the throttle for, I'm pretty sure it's about 6 seconds or so, it should turn the cruise control on automatically, and that way you can just let go of the throttle and the bike will go for you. There we go. Pretty convenient when you have a long haul. You don't have to kind of constantly holding down the throttle. That's pretty good for me. Now another thing I want to show you is this bike, despite its, you know, being so small and despite its size, it packs a powerful punch. Look at this thing. It's got a lot of torque for this motor. It just wants to pop the front wheel up instantly because it's so light, and this motor is rather powerful for the size of this bike. It actually, you feel it. Now one last thing I will say is this motor definitely feels limited. When I go, I can feel it capping out at 28 or whatever the display is showing. Obviously we're getting a little bit less, but whatever the display is showing, I can definitely feel the bike capping its top speed. Now I reached out to Tamobyke about this, but they claim that there's no way to unlock the full speed of this bike. But just so you guys know, this motor has a lot more power to give. I can feel it. Now we've arrived at what could possibly be the hardest test for this bike, and I'm talking about this hill climb. I'm going to be in pedal assist mode 5, and let's see what kind of performance we can get. Am I gonna have to pedal or not? On their website, Tamobyke claims that this should conquer a 30-degree incline. This hill over here is 20 on average. It is steeper at some parts. It never comes across on camera, but it's fairly steep. Now, we're definitely gonna be losing some of our speed over here. That's very common, but as long as we keep on climbing, I'll be happy. And actually, look at this. I've been holding the throttle for so long, the cruise control is turned on, so I can actually let go of the throttle and have this thing just work for me. And we did drop to about 17 miles an hour or so, but we are climbing, and it's picking my ass up 160 pounds on this long climb, and actually managed to do it. And if you live in an area with hills, or hills are a part of your commute, this test was just to give you a general idea of what this bike can do. Now, this bike is definitely a commuter. That's how they advertise it. I wouldn't consider it an off-roader per se, but it is a review and I want to test that, albeit for a short section, but I still want to test it. Now, where I'm at right now is pretty flat. Shouldn't be a problem for the bike to handle. I did make it to something that's a little bit more extreme. Camera will never show it. Now, it's a short section, but again, it's just to give you a general idea of what this thing can do. And I'll repeat, it's not really an off-roader. And here we have a little mini hill climb. I'm gonna lose all my speed. Let's see, can we climb this thing? Oh yeah, okay, just about managed to do it. That's pretty good. Now, as far as power, look at this thing. This motor has got a lot of torque. So it's a small bike, but surprisingly powerful. Now let's see how it does downhill over here. Yep, we'll handle some of this terrain. Again, guys, I know it's a short section, but it's just to give you, a basic understanding of what this thing can do. I personally wouldn't really take it off-roading like this. It is a commuter after all, but it passed my off-road test. So, what do I think about the Tamobyke T16 mini electric bike? Let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this thing good value for money or not? There are a lot of things I like, so I'll try to be quick. I like the design, I like the form factor, I like those 16-inch wheels, very nice. I love those brakes, extremely good brakes. I like that headlight, I like having a brake light and a tail light, and I really like the power of that motor. It's got a lot of torque, and like I said, it feels limited. I know it can go faster. And as far as the suspension goes, like I said, it's generic. It's not the best in the world, but for general road riding, street riding, maybe hopping a curb or two, it should be sufficient enough. Now let's do things I don't like, and throughout the review I tried thinking about stuff I don't like, just so I'm honest with you guys. In this case, the only thing I can say that I kind of truly don't like is the fact that I wasn't able to hit that 28 miles an hour. I am a little disappointed in that, to be honest with you. Now again, I'm 160 pounds, and this bike is really more for like youth, teenagers. Not saying adults can't ride on it, they can ride on it, and you saw in the size and fit section, it fits perfect, but I'm pretty sure a younger person or a lighter person will be able to hit a higher top speed than what I was able to. But again, this is me reviewing the bike, and from my personal situation or experience, I would much rather have hit the full 28 miles an hour, because this bike is extremely fun. So I'll throw that with my dislikes, but honestly, that's pretty much the only thing I dislike about this bike. Other than that, it's pretty fun. Now, with all that stuff being said, is this thing good value for money or not? Again, at the time of making this video, the price was $809, and that's without my discount code. I will have a discount code for you guys where you can save a little bit money on this thing. I think that for the overall package and what you're getting here, it's actually decent value for money, and that's without my discount code. Add my discount code on top of that, and it definitely becomes a better value for money. All I can say is, if I was a kid and I got this as a gift, I would be loving life, because there's nothing that compares to the freedom that you get when you're on one of these riding around. Very, very fun. Now I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there's to know about the Tamobyke T16 mini electric dirt bike. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.